Welcome to WordWise, the podcast where we unpack the stories and meanings behind the words we use every day. I'm Sarah, and as always, I'm joined by my word-loving co-host, Mike. Hey, Mike.
Hey, Sarah. I'm pumped to dive into today's word. It's got some weight to it, literally and figuratively. What's the word of the day?
Today, we're exploring condemn. It's one of those words you hear in serious contexts, like courtrooms, news headlines, or even heated debates. But what does it really mean, and where does it come from? Let's break it down.
Sounds good. So let's start with the basics. What's the definition of condemn?
Great place to start. According to the Merriam-Webster dictionary, condemn means to declare something or someone as wrong, guilty, or morally reprehensible. It can also mean to sentence someone, like in the legal context, or to declare something unfit for use, like a building that's falling apart. It's a strong word, packed with judgment.
Yeah, it's got that heavy vibe. Like when you hear the judge condemned the criminal to life in prison, it feels final. Or when someone says they condemned the decision as unethical. It's not just disapproval, it's a step further, right?
Exactly. It's not just saying, I don't like this. It's a formal or forceful rejection. You're putting your foot down. But it's versatile too. You can condemn a person, an action, or even a thing, like this house is condemned due to safety issues.
Okay, so it's got range. But where does this word come from? I'm curious about its roots.
Let's dig into the etymology. Condemn comes from the Latin word condemnare, which breaks down into con, meaning with or together, and demnare, meaning to harm or to sentence. So it originally had this sense of collectively judging or sentencing someone to punishment. It entered English through Old French around the 14th century, and it's been carrying that weighty sense of judgment ever since.
That Latin root makes sense. It's like a group piling on the blame. So historically, was it always about legal stuff, or did it have broader uses?
Good question. In medieval times, it was heavily tied to legal and religious contexts. Think of ecclesiastical courts condemning heretics or rulers condemning traitors. But over time, it spread to everyday language. By the 17th century, people were using it more broadly to criticize actions or ideas, not just to sentence someone. And by the 19th century, you see it applied to things like buildings or property deemed unsafe.
That's wild how it evolved. So it went from like, you're condemned to the gallows to this old warehouse is condemned. Quite the journey. Any cool examples of how it's used today?
Oh, definitely. You'll hear it in news stories like world leaders condemned the attack as a violation of human rights. Or in pop culture, think of a critic condemning a movie as an absolute disaster. It's also still used in legal settings like sentencing in court. And of course, in everyday life, you might hear someone say, I condemn this new trend of putting pineapple on pizza.
Okay, I might have to condemn that one myself. But seriously, it's interesting how the word carries this moral weight. Like, you're not just disagreeing, you're saying something is fundamentally wrong.
Right. It's got that extra punch, and it's often used to signal authority or finality. Like when a government condemns something, it's not just an opinion, it's an official stance. Same with a judge in a courtroom.
Got it. So, any synonyms we should know about? Words that are close, but not quite the same?
Great question. Synonyms like denounce, criticize, or censure come close, but they're not identical. Denounce is more about publicly calling something out, often with outrage. Criticize is lighter, more about pointing out flaws. Censure is formal, like an official reprimand, but not as severe as condemn. And then there's convict, which is strictly legal and implies a guilty verdict.
So, condemn is like the heavyweight champ of disapproval. What about antonyms? Is there a word that's the opposite?
Yeah, you could say words like praise, commend, or approve are opposites, depending on the context. If you're condemning an action as wrong, praising it would be the flip side. Or, in a legal sense, acquit might work as an opposite since it means declaring someone not guilty.
Nice. That makes sense. Okay, let's get practical. Can you give me a sentence using condemn in a way that's not like super serious?
Sure thing. How about, I condemn this coffee shop for running out of my favorite latte flavor this morning?
Okay, that's relatable. My turn. The team condemned their coach's decision to bench the star player. See, I kept it chill, but still judgy.
Perfect. All right, listeners, it's your turn. Try using condemn in a sentence, serious or silly. Mike, any final thoughts on condemn?
Just thought it's a word with some serious attitude. Whether you're slamming a bad idea or declaring a building unsafe, it's like dropping a verbal gavel. Use it wisely, folks.
Well said. Thanks for joining us on WordWise. Tune in next time when we unpack another fascinating word. Until then, keep your words sharp and your mind sharper.
Catch you later, word nerds.